What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We're in episode 45. Now, my name is Jared. My co-host is Denzel. And
It's me.
With this being episode 45, man, we started before the show and I started rambling about it. And you was like, save it for the show. Who is 45, man? All I got is
Who is 45?
Comeback Jordan.
I mean, that's mainly where I was gonna go with it when it comes down to it. But we got players like Bo Outlaw, Sean Bradley, Rudy Tomjanovich. My man took a mean punch and then went on to become a great coach.
He took a mean punch and it took him to the forefront of being one great coach.
Come on, man. Anybody who could take a mean punch like that, like a earth-shattering, face-shattering punch like him, come on, man. Get my guy a nod. Give him a nod. Face-shattering.
Yeah. He didn't go to sleep either. He just ate that joint. Like, it went down. But he ate the whole thing. Like, I had triple cheeseburgers from Wendy's that did me worse than that punch did him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For real. But hey, man got a chin. His face folded, but he took it like a G.
His consciousness stayed, but his face was destroyed. Yeah.
Hey, he got the kind of chin that boxers would die for.
Yeah, he do. I'm gonna tell you this though, man. You know, when Rudy's your coach and Rudy tell you to toughen up, you better toughen up, man.
You got to toughen up
because he don't want to hear.
Quintessential.
Really don't want to hear.
That's quintessential for playing tough. Come on now, what you got to say to coach? What can you say to coach? Nothing. But beyond Rudy, beyond Sean Bradley, beyond Bo Outlaw, we got 45 MJ. Not Chicago MJ, baseball MJ, Barron's MJ.
Yeah.
We got comeback MJ.
Yeah, we got comeback too. I mean, okay. So if we gotta put it between Barron's baseball and those other guys, I'm gonna go with Rudy Tomjanovich because I really I liked his Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Not the player Rudy, but the coach Rudy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I gotta put it up against Barron's Jordan versus them, I would take give me Bo Outlaw over Barron's Jordan, right? Give me Rudy over Barron's Jordan, but you can keep Sean Bradley. Give me Barron's Jordan over Sean Bradley, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the order for it.
My man didn't know how to use his limbs, man. His limbs was just way too long. That's all it was.
But that's how Mike was on the baseball field. He was on that diamond looking the same way, man. He just
like what?
His strike zone
what do I do with my hands?
Like,
what do I do with my hands?
He was just, man, like a giant daddy long legs out there on the baseball field, man. He looked out of place, man. But
out of place.
Give me comeback Jordan of all of them, though. You know what I'm saying? Comeback Jordan. I made a comment earlier. I said, who you got?
Mm-hmm.
I said, who the 45s you got? Who else other than Jordan? Comeback Jordan. He was like, I got some more. I was like, for real? Okay. You were like, but ain't nobody special. And I was like, well, comeback Jordan won't nobody special. I made the comment.
You said that. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
I'm putting it on wax now. I said it. But I backed off of it before we started the show. You know what I'm saying? In fairness, I backed off of it because I had to be honest with myself, man. Every version of Jordan
comeback Jordan, he was just,
you know what I'm saying?
Was special. Yeah, even then, like, I think that's when I first started rooting for MJ, to be honest with you. Being a lifelong diehard Pistons fan, I was not a Jordan fan through the 80s. Of course, coming in, knowing basketball, late 80s, like 88 was by the time I started knowing basketball. Into the 90s. Didn't care for Jordan. But then comeback Jordan, by the time Jordan came back the first time, then I started kind of rooting for Jordan. So 45 Jordan has a special place to me because that's like the first time I actually rooted for Jordan. I recognized his greatness before he left the game, and when he came back, then I became a fan.
Yeah. You know, speaking of that, you got me going down memory lane, man. I think I was in the same position. Like, I always recognized Jordan's greatness, but just was never a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's that underdog thing I got for myself. You know what I'm saying? But he was just too damn good, man. I couldn't cheer for him. I couldn't bring myself as a kid to cheer for him or say he's my favorite player in the league. You know what I'm saying? Even as a kid, I couldn't do it.
And this is coming from you as a players guy more so than a team guy. You know, if I was a players guy more so like you, maybe I would have been a Jordan fan early on, but I was more of a team guy, so I was loyal to Detroit. So I was bred to hate Jordan. But if I was more of a player guy, I might have. But then also that factor of being the underdog guy too. I'm just like that. So maybe I would have been against Jordan. And then by the time he came back, he was considered an underdog. Like, okay, can Jordan still be great coming back? So now he had a story. Now he had a story in me that I was able to tie into to say, okay, let's watch this man battle from coming back, being gone a year and a half to back to greatness. So I cheer for him now off some underdog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
And that's where I came from with it. You know what I'm saying? Once he came back, you could see he wanted the same. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to kind of connect with Jordan more during that period than any other point in his career when he was the underdog making a comeback. Because you could see, you could see he lost a little something to his game. You know what I'm saying? He was playing a little different. Athleticism was different. The production wasn't quite the level that it was when he left, but he was still playing at a high level. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
then you saw him slowly start to figure it out.
Yeah. You watch his evolution come back, figure it out, change his game up, evolve his game into something new, and be right back at the top of the league again. Like, you know. And then I didn't necessarily, I still wasn't a Jordan or Bulls fan per se, but I had that part of me that was like, hey, good job, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Because he won me over during 45 Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Same here. And even when they went up against the Supersonics, I wanted to see Kemp and Payton get that chip, man. They was the underdogs in that one. I wanted to see them get it. But by the time they went up against the
you
Jazz,
figured that out pretty early. I was all in. Gonna get it though, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody did. They did.
We figured that out from
George Karl,
one, but
Gary, Sean, Detlef. You said all of them like that. We ain't getting this. We ain't getting this.
You know what it is though? That Sonics team was very exciting. They were like front runners. They would come out smashing, very exciting, throwing alley-oops. It was a lot of energy in that first quarter from all them games, you know, whenever they played. And you just figured out that they weren't gonna be able to do that. The Bulls make you play at their tempo, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, and
triangle offense,
life out of that team early.
Game over. Yeah. Sure, man. So 45. Comeback Jordan episode.
Yeah, it's comeback Jordan episode, man. I ain't mad at it. We in agreement. Right. We in agreement. Hey, let's get into these sticks, man. I'll start with myself because you got an idea what I got, but I am still unsure what you got, even though you went over it with me.
Okay.
But for me, I have my father's El Centurion Corona Box Press H2K KCT, which is obviously Connecticut, you know. Let's get into the statistics of this thing real quick just to find out what it is. But I know the CT is a Connecticut rapper. Homegrown in America. Make America great again.
Okay.
Is that okay to say as a black man?
As long as you're not wearing a red hat with it, we all good.
Okay, cool. Dang, but where's it at? Nicaragua. Okay, yeah. Nicaraguan filler. Everything's Nicaraguan in the filler with some Nicaraguan Cuban seeds that the Garcias farm on their family farm and aged for 3 years.
Shout out to the Garcia family. Man, shout out to the Garcia family.
They're good to us. Oh, and I'm gonna be pairing it with whatever lie you want to believe it is inside this Moscow Mule Cup.
We're gonna call it a Kentucky Mule. I know you got a Kentucky Mule. And we're not going to say Moscow. It's a Kentucky Mule.
Yeah. I'm pairing it with Kentucky Mule. They look like grapes. But go ahead. Your turn.
Not off of me. But hey, look, man, as soon as you mentioned box press, man, my spoke to my heart and soul, man. I love me a box press stick. Well, I tell you, that is home. If anybody knows me how to win me with the cigars, bring me something box press. Box press all day.
When did that start for you? That's interesting too, because I don't ever really get into that too much. I don't care about the torpedoes. Matter of fact, torpedoes I kind of don't like, but other than that,
really, okay.
And I don't dislike torpedoes, with my fathers. The mouthpiece is weird for me.
Really, just weird.
My father started it.
Maybe it shifts the draw for you, but no, it started with my fathers. That one time we were in Miami. And you had that my father's stick. I remember we was on the balcony. I was smoking the cigar, and mine wasn't as great, and yours was great. You like, I'm loving my stick. I'm loving my cigar. And we went down to Bayside, and we ran into a cigar shop down there, and they had it, and I grabbed it. I don't know if you remember, but I grabbed it, and that was my first time smoking a box press stick, and I fell in love with it. For one, I fell in love with the cigar, my father's. That was my first my father's cigar. So I fell in love with the stick itself, and then I fell in love with the fact of the box press. I just felt like the box press felt great. It felt great holding. It felt great smoking. Everything about it just says, man, this is the way cigars should be. And just on top of that, with it being a great cigar all around, it was just, I'm saying, too many wins for me to say, for it to not resonate with me.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, box press is very natural to the shape of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like just that. That's very natural. You know what I'm saying? More so than the round shape or the torpedo shape. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right. And I think that's what it is. It's comfortable, man. Like it feels good. But beyond that, that was my first experience with the box press. You put me onto that, so thank you for putting me on to one of my favorite press of cigar, and then also my favorite cigar brand. So between you and Miami, y'all put me on, man. Y'all put me on Miami for two reasons now. My first cigar we had in Miami. It's a trend here, right? We see a trend here.
Miami, obviously, sounds like a Miami trip. I want to take a pat on the back for that. It does. Much as I want to take a pat on the back, though, I know that's all Miami. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have gave you that my father's and we was in the middle of Kentucky, it wouldn't have hit the same. You know what I'm saying?
With the same.
So, nah.
It was perfect storm, man. Perfect storm. Everything, the stars, it's cool. It's all right. We in Kentucky. It's cold outside. No. But nah, man, it was perfect storm, man. Stars aligned and match made in heaven and a match made for me. So, hey, my father's box press. Give it all to me. I'm with it. All right, so I'm gonna go into what I got, man. I have an M81 Blackened by Drew Estate. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
But it's something. It caught my eye. The crazy thing is, it's a simple band, simple design, nothing special about it. But for some reason, just its display was something that made me say, "Ooh."
Oh, that caught my eye when you held it up.
Drew Estate. Did it? I mean, like the crazy thing is it's simple, but that was an eye catcher. That was an eye catcher to me. Simple band at the top. M81 at the bottom.
The band at the top is what caught my eye more than the one at the bottom. I caught the one at the bottom the second time you held it up, but the first one I was like, "Ooh, what is that?"
Okay.
Like,
yeah, and I saw it was by Drew Estate, and Drew Estate makes beautiful cigars. I don't know if I've had a bad one yet. Hopefully, I don't jinx myself on this one, so knock on wood. But it's a Maduro M81, Maduro to the core. That's what it says on the band, Maduro to the core. And we love those Maduro wrappers.
Yes, sir.
But we got it, Mexican wrapper, San Andreas, Connecticut broadleaf. Of course, it's a Drew Estate cigar. I did do a little bit of reading ahead. I'm not going to go into that yet. I kind of spoiled it for myself a little bit. But before we went on, I said, I'm looking at the description of the cigar and some of the characteristics of it. Kind of got a glimpse and kind of got like some butterflies a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of got me excited to go ahead and smoke this bad boy. So we're going to see. We're going to see if the description matches. Kind of like what Crux did from the last episode kind of got me hype about smoking these cigars. And so I think that's where the cigar industry needs to go when it comes to advertising these, man. Go ahead and put those little things out in front, because it twice in a row got me again. I got butterflies all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? I got excited just off the description of it.
Hey, man, I think you nailed it on the head when you say that that's what the industry needs to go in that direction. And hopefully they will, you know what I'm saying? But if us, the people, we keep speaking on it, and showing that it's working, maybe they'll catch on to it, you know what I'm saying? But that's a nice shift in direction.
They'll catch on.
Yeah. And I'm curious also.
Let's not hide. Okay. Yeah. Let's get
because you got that Mexican rapper, you know what I'm saying? That it was the rapper, right? Not the filler, right? I'm curious about that. You know what I'm saying? See how old Carl from San Andreas did on your stick. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you did a good job. So
yeah, we're gonna see.
Oh, what's my other man name? Not Carl. Carl was the original one. Who the character now? You know what I'm talking about?
It's CJ. I don't know who the character now, but the guy from
you just know CJ.
CJ, wasn't
it?
Yeah. That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh, is it Carl? CJ Carl. Makes sense. All right. Yeah, it's been a minute since I played that one,
but the game keep evolving.
Hey, that San Andreas had us going back in the day. It's only right that they brought it back and it's still as popular as it was back then, man. I think that was the best one.
It's evolved and they kind of done changed the main character to somebody else, and I think they done been through two different main characters. But yeah, we just told our age. The reason we only know CJ because we showed our age, man. We dating ourselves, man. But you ready to get into these sticks?
I'm ready to get to these sticks, man. I'm ready.
I got the matches and a straight cut, man, going on.
Man, I was going to go with a butane, but for some reason I couldn't get the butane into my butane lighter, so I'm not going to struggle with that on air. I do have some Maxims around. If I do find it, I just had them here. Oh, here they are. So we're going to go with these beautiful matches I had last time. Only got 4 left, so we're going to hope that these nice matches hold up for me. Oh, and after we get it lit, I'll go into what I'm pairing it with, because that's a conversation piece that I have for you.
I'm ready for it. I switched over to my cedar stick. I used the match to light my cedar stick, and the thing went out on me. So now I got to use 2 matches. I'm just going to go straight match the cigar because I never fail with that.
So the cedar stick failed you. One match shorty and the cedar stick failed him.
And it shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? The cedar stick, I got a whole lot more room to play with there. I figured I was using that for insurance.
Ooh, some pepper off the top.
Or somebody in my neighborhood is blasting Jagged Edge, I Gotta Be. As many memories as I would say that brings back, I don't want to hear that stuff in the middle of my show while I'm filming.
Hey, man, something about that 90s R&B music, man. You can't beat it, man.
You can't. I'll go back sometimes and just be watching the old, like one of my friends sent me a clip from an old movie, and I was like, yeah, I remembered it, and he was talking about how classic it was, and I'm like, yeah, it's classic because you gonna always remember that. But I was telling him I ain't gonna remember none of these movies from this new era. Like, they're not memorable. It's so much content and none of it's memorable. Why is it ain't got no replay value like that?
That is something that you can speak to about a lot of things in culture now. And we can go there in a minute, but I got a lot I can say about that. Like, oversaturation is ridiculous, man. Like, how is anything special now? Like, even when you speak about movies, like, usually I'll equate it to just music. But now that you mention that, TV shows, movies, it's all in the same vein, everything's oversaturated. How is anything special? Like E.T., you say E.T., you say Star Wars, like the classic Star Wars. You say Home Alone. name Coming to America, whatever. Like certain movies meant something back in the day, right? To where it's decades later, it still resonates, and it speaks to a time period, and it's special. Like I don't feel like we're creating a society where things aren't special anymore. It's just so oversaturation with everything. Everything's oversaturated.
So is it the fact that it's too much content that makes other stuff not special and we don't appreciate it because we on to the next? Or is it just something about the material lacks the quality to stand the test of time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't think it's the quality. I don't think it's the quality. Maybe it's the quality of the content, but like,
I think it's some good TV shows. Some of the movies is like, but some of the movies in the 90s was in.
Yeah. But the way technology is now, the way things should be, like, everything should be top notch nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got enough time to make sure that lines are delivered right. You know what I'm saying? The way, like, just like music back in the day when you had to cut a whole song all the way through, the whole song from start to finish, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to get it right. But then if you messed up here and there, like, we can't worry about that. Let's just cut the record anyway because we good. We ain't got time to scrap the whole record just for a couple of hiccups here and there. But the way music is done now, we can just punch in every note, every bar, everything should be perfect almost, like you would think, right? So the same thing with music, with movies, like the way that you can create content, everything should be perfect. Like lines should be delivered right. It should be nothing here, no hiccups there. Everything should be captivating, you would think. Based on where we are nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know that that's an issue though. Because perfection we shouldn't desire perfection from our art necessarily because perfection becomes robotic.
No.
And the human element is what makes it great. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody's saying every note exactly perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like in the music, that's what made the old music feel something. Is the fact that it was done in one take and not perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right. You're right there. So maybe what I need to probably say is more so about just the way it's delivered, the way it's brought and packaged, and the way that it's ready for the consumer. That it should mean more. Like it should be enough put into it to where it sticks more substance in it. Because you have more ability, more wiggle room to make sure that you have those things in there. But things are so watered down, man. Music's so watered down. Movies so watered down. Content's so watered down. Everything's so watered down. Everything's watered down.
Yeah. It really is, man. I mean, like they do these remakes of these shows and it ain't the same. Like, but it should be better. Everything should be advancing in the culture. The acting should be better. The humor should be funnier. The film should look more realistic, which it does, the film. You know what I'm saying? The filming is filmed better.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with the film.
But something is missing to take it.
But maybe I think
like this longevity, like that. It just is.
That's
absent.
That's what they rely on.
I don't watch nothing over. Like
I know, right? Music and movie are the same. Like how many movies have you watched and you're like, all right, that was cool. Don't ever plan on watching it again. But back in the day, how many times did you watch a movie? 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. I remember when Friday came out, how many times I watched that movie Friday? Back to back. You know what I mean?
I bet
so many movies that
came
out back in
that movie. To this day, I bet you still know it.
To this day. Man, back in the day, I was 12 years old. I knew the movie from start to finish. I can quote line by line from start to finish. You know what I'm saying?
We used to do it as kids. We would do it. Like, you take a part, I take a part, and we would just play the movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
play the whole movie out.
Yeah, I remember me and my cousins just doing that at my aunt's house as kids. Like,
well, now ask your kids to quote a movie 2 lines, 10 lines. They can't do it. They can't do it. I mean, like, I remember I took my son to watch the Ninja Turtles movies when they came out. And you hit me up about something with Ninja Turtles. If anybody knows us, we Ninja Turtle nerds, okay? All right? Get over it. Mm-hmm. But yes, but them first 2 Turtles movies, it means something to me. And I remember taking my son to watch some Turtles movies, and I wanted it to mean something to him. It don't mean nothing to him. No, it didn't stick. It didn't stick. It was cool. The graphics were crazy. They was doing all kind of stunts and this and that. It was beautiful as far as like cinematic. But as far as like what that meant to him, cool movie. All right, on to the next thing. But them Turtles movies back in the day, we was like, man, I felt Raphael when he was hurting. You know what I'm saying? I felt his pain when he lost his side. Dang, man, dang. I felt it. I still remember it. I'm old now. It's been 30-some years. I still remember.
Yeah, I've gone back and watched it in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what's crazy, like, we got all these streaming shows, platforms, right? And, you know, I'll go to HBO Max and I'll watch a movie on it. But the only ones I go back to watch when I'm like bored and I'm like, you know what can I watch? I don't really want to get into something new that I've never seen that I got to focus on. Yeah, so, but old can be something from 2 years ago. I go through the whole list, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, I end up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And watching that stuff. And like, me and my wife went to go visit one of my friends, and his wife was saying, my wife was telling his wife all these shows that they can watch. And his wife was like, nah, we can't do that because he don't watch nothing new. He only watch old shows and stuff like that on TV. He won't watch nothing unless it's from the 90s. So she can't even enjoy TV with him. But are we old heads or is it just that stuff hit different, man?
It's a combination. It is a combination. We old heads and we kind of stuck in our way of how things were before versus how they are now. Because now, like, this is normal for people.
Bro, I can go watch something from the 70s and 80s, though. I can go watch Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times. It hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my era. Like, but I can go back and watch that and just enjoy it. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's how, like, Martin was so popular still to this day. Like, it had, like, a resurgence almost. Like, yo, that Martin show was... And a lot of these people were people who never even watched the episode when it first aired. And then,
bro, same for us, we can still go back and watch Jamie Foxx right now.
Right now. For real, man.
If you go to my HBO Max, it's in my continue watching right now, towards the front too, not even towards the back. Like,
but like, what are these new shows? What are these new shows that are out that people are gonna watch 20 years from now? Name one,
bro. If it ain't American Dad, I don't know.
I don't know
what they gonna watch if it ain't American Dad.
And check this out. What kills me, I don't know if we got into this in the previous episode, but binge watching is something I don't understand, right? I remember somebody talking about, oh, yo, the season of such and such is out. And I'm like, okay, the season's out. I'm thinking, okay, that means episode 1 and 2, maybe.
Yeah.
They told me, no, I watched the whole... Began. No, the season out now means episode 1 through 15 is available to watch right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, you watched the whole season already? Like, what happened to those times where a season was from October to April? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You watch a season of an episode for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's a season.
Yeah.
Not a week. A weekend. You watch a whole episode, whole series in a weekend.
Yeah.
Now you watch it, it's gone. You don't see it for another year. You know what I'm saying? But so like people are they're watching that season, this season, this series season. Like they watch 10 different shows in a whole season in a week. I'm like, yo, y'all are wild. Yeah. Like, how do you consume so much entertainment, and how does it stick, and how does it mean something to you?
Yeah, it don't, because that's another issue with it, right? Because me and my wife would do that. If we end up watching we can't do a whole season in a week. It's gonna last 3 weeks for us the way our schedule is set up in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? We might watch 2 episodes one night, 2 or 3 nights later, watch another 2. Yeah, so we can do a season in 3 weeks if we really love a show and we dedicate it to it.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is, if you do a whole show within, let's say you do it within a whole month, and it's another year before the show come out, you have now forgot everything that happened in season one by the time the year come around.
And then you watch so many other shows in between that time. Yeah.
And then you do it again with another show. It back in the day, it covered so much time that the next season would start over. It would be like 3 months in between seasons. You know what I'm saying? Because they recorded it, filmed it, and released it over time. 3 months go by, like summer break, and then they drop the show again. Like, but they don't do it like that. Well, I take it back. Some shows are pretty good about it, right? This is what some shows will do. Some shows will spread their season out. They might drop, if it's 10 episodes, they might drop 5 at a time and then wait like 2 months and drop the other 5. Some other shows will drop it every week. They won't drop it, they'll drop the show every week. Then they'll take like a month or 2 off and then drop the other 5 episodes every week afterwards. So some people do it.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that a little bit better. Yeah, the way I consume entertainment, I would prefer that better. At least give me 5 now, give me 5 later, and let me take my time through the 5. And then by the time I get done with that, it's a month or 2 months or whatever, a couple of weeks before the next 5 drop. Just that's the way I would consume entertainment. Like, give me my show once a week, man. Like, I'm cool with that. That's how I was raised. TGIF, you know what I'm saying? We waited till Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Friday
living single and Martin on Thursdays. Like, it was cool. I could wait till Thursday till I came. You know what I mean? It was cool. Yeah. WB Sundays. Hey, yo, man, like, I remember them times, man. Williams Brothers and them. WB. Every Sunday. It was cool. I was ready for it. But those were special times, man. Like, we had special moments. It ain't special no more. It ain't special.
Well, you know what? That's interesting, man. I think that's part of what makes a lot of stuff special is the anticipation. What Christmas wouldn't be special if Christmas was every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're right.
That's what's special is you get that once a year and you anticipate that moment. It's the whole build up to it. It's the excitement, So like with us, we would do this. Like you'd have Sunday, then you can come in on Monday, talk with your friends about whatever happened on the show. Or either you could have Thursday, come in Friday, talk about the show, and everybody look forward to Thursday, then we can talk about the show again on Friday.
I missed them days, man. Now you go to work, they tell you about the whole season. Like, whoa, I ain't even watched one episode yet. You telling me about the whole season. I miss them times. We go to school. Yo, you saw what happened in the da-da-da-da-da. You go to work. Hey, man, look, that was crazy, wasn't it? Then you get hyped to get off of work. Because it's Friday. Hey, our show about to come on. Yeah, I'm hyped when it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that. That's what kind of made things special too back then, man.
Yeah. Now it's wild. Hold on. What episode you on before I tell you anything about the show? You got to do that with people. Now.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm only on episode 7. Don't tell me about 8 and 9 yet. Like I ain't got there yet. Like. Oh, well, man, it's crazy what happened on 7. But the conversation is automatically deflated when y'all ain't on the same page because they like,
right.
Because they want to talk about what they just saw. Nobody want to talk about what they saw 2 episodes.
They on episode 8. You still on episode 3.
Yeah.
We can't discuss.
Have a conversation no more. Yeah.
Because like even if they tell you, oh man, like they want to tell you if they want to talk about the 3rd episode, they still gonna be compelled. But wait till they gotta bite their tongue.
Yeah. Can't have a talk about the show now, which now we can't build hype on the show. But when it's weekly, we all on the same page. You know what I'm saying? We can be hype about it. And be like,
it kept us there. Yeah, man. That's the life we live in, man. Things are shifting. And I'm still adjusting, man. I'm still stuck in my ways. I'm still stuck in my old head ways. I'm stuck. Hey, but hey, look, we missed first impressions, first light. Give me a rundown of your cigar, man. Tell me how that.
So we'll get into the midway review. Well, for me, it's been very creamy. It's been enjoyable. Some sweet spice, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like the spice is subtle because it's got a sweetness to it, like a sweet and spicy type thing. But it's a creaminess to it also. And I'm picking up on cedar on it. And right now, those are kind of the main things. Just a creamy cedar, sweet and spicy type thing to it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe even kind of the sweetness might even kind of resemble like honey almost a little bit. You know what I mean? But
really nice.
Subtle spice on it.
Not mad.
Medium body smoke also. Yeah, medium body smoke. So,
all right. So
I like it so far, man. It's good stick, man. But what you expect from my fathers? Yeah.
Hey, they usually don't teeter too much from where they are. They're kind of if I had to link them up with another stick, I would say they're kind of along that Fuente line, where Fuente doesn't teeter too much. They kind of stick with what was really good for them and what people who love Fuente, what they go to Fuente for, and they don't teeter too much from it. My fathers, they have a broader range. They do have a broader range than Fuente, but it is still a narrower range than say like a Drew Estate or a Rocky or somebody who kind of spreads across the spectrum of people's palates.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's one. I mean, my fathers, you can't go wrong. But man,
real quick, this box press before you get into it. Now that I'm doing the box press again, you know what I'm saying? It's the perfect fit in the mouth. That's why you enjoy it, man. It does fit nicely in your hand, but it's perfect. No awkward positioning of the mouth is all it is, man. I think that's what I enjoy it.
Yeah,
very comfortable.
It's home, most definitely. But yeah, man, it's Drew Estate Blackened M81. When I picked the cigar up, I did ask the guy who had to get the cigar out the case for me because it's one of those spots where they had to walk you to the they had to open up the case for you and get the cigar out for you. The first thing I asked him was, hey, is this cigar spicy? Do you know if it has a lot of pepper on it? And he's like, yeah, it's gonna have some pepper. It's not too much. Because I saw the name Blackened. So the first thing I thought when I saw Blackened is like, okay, this is gonna be a spicy cigar. It's gonna have that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was already expecting, just off the name, Blackened. What else you gonna think, right? So I was expecting it, and but when I did light it, I did get a lot of pepper off the top. I'm talking about a lot of pepper, and it wasn't too much to the point to where they delivered it to where, I had to put it down and let it burn for a little bit and let that pepper kind of die on its own without me puffing too much. But it wasn't that kind of pepper to where it deterred me from the puff. I've had some pepper cigars. Like, I don't know if you've had the same experience, but you take a couple of puffs, you got to sit it down, let it burn down, and go back to it. And you are puffing, at long waits in between. You know what I'm saying? You have a longer interval between puffs, right? But this one is like, I kept going back. Even with the pepper, I kept going back. And it's been good. The pepper was delivered fine in the beginning. A lot. But the way it came was really good. It's not a beginner cigar. I'm gonna tell you that. It's not for beginners right now. So I'm getting a lot of pepper. But even with that pepper, that cocoa and some like some nuttiness is coming through. So it's really, really good, even with that pepper, which is kind of dialing back. I know we about 30 minutes into the smoke so far, and that's where we're at. But the pepper's kind of dying back. It's still there.
Right.
But it's cooling out a little bit.
But at least it ain't harsh. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing.
It wasn't harsh at all. Like it was there, very noticeable. That first puff, I was lighting it. I was like, it's a lot of pepper. It's a lot of pepper, but it wasn't harsh.
Yeah.
But yo, man,
I don't mind pepper as long as it's not harsh. That's spicy.
Yeah, I don't either. I've been learning to enjoy the pepper off of different cigars. And I think Rocky taught me that. Rocky really taught me that. A lot of their
in a weird way, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of look forward to just a little bit of spice on my stick lately. Yeah, I think my
hit me a little bit.
Is my palate's changing. Yeah, I want a little bit of spice now, but don't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But hit me with a little spice on my stick, man. You know what I'm saying? It has a nice little twang to it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
and you know
like
what? I wonder. Yeah, true. I wonder if I would have smoked this cigar 10 years ago, would I be saying the same thing?
You'd have been like, they're trying to kill me. What is this they doing? They trying to kill me. Like,
we growing up, man. We growing up.
They tripping.
Hey, so I didn't get into what I was pairing my cigar with. And yesterday we was kind of having a debate a little bit, not really a debate, kind of a joking contest. Who's the tequila guy between me and you? And I've been on this tequila run lately. Of course, it started with the Clase, the Clase Azul that we had a few months ago. And we've had experience with tequila. I think you probably had more experience with tequila prior to than I did. Definitely had the De Leon. I've had the Patron. I've had the 1800s. I've had the Jose Cuervo. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? We've had
Might have been there.
But last time I had the Avion. I'm trying to find something that can give me that Class A level without the Class A price. It's impossible. And I'm learning that even now with the Kevin Hart Gran Cormino, man. The Reposado Cristalino. So it's a Reposado, but it's clear, right? I'm pretty sure if you're in the popular culture, you've seen Kevin Hart big up his tequila, his brand, and all of that stuff, which is great. Love to see it. It's a cool tequila. It's a cool tequila. I wouldn't say it'd be my favorite, but that leads me to this question, man. We see a lot of actors, athletes, or whatever jumping into. We don't see it too much on the cigar. Of course, we know 85, Ocho Cinco. He got his cigars. Cam Newton got cigar lounges and whatnot. But we see actors and athletes and artists and rappers and producers and all these guys. I mentioned De Leon, who jump into the alcohol realm. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we talked about oversaturation earlier. So that kind of actually ties in. How do you feel about everybody jumping into this realm of they got to have something? Remember, Luda had the Conjure line. I think T.I. had a drink at one point. 50, of course, put his name on some drinks. Of course, we know Diddy got all the drinks all over the place. Rick Ross and Wayne, Bamboo, and all of that stuff. Are we seeing it too much? Are people getting come on now? Like, are too many entertainers jumping into this alcohol realm too much? Putting their hands in it too much to where we're oversaturating the market with not as quality as we would think or we would want?
Well, I won't say that. Well, first of all, let me go back and acknowledge Jay-Z earlier in the conversation. Jay-Z. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Let's acknowledge this first of all. You can't be the tequila guy when you went out and bought a clear tequila. Like, you should have known better than that. Like, first and foremost, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's let that be known.
Wait. Hold on. You got to know my reason.
You trusted Kevin.
I'm trying to... No, it's not that I'm necessarily trusting Kevin, but it's the fact that I'm trying to recreate the classic. We had the Blanco, and the Blanco was it was a sweet spot. Even though, like, we know the Añejo and we had the Reposados, and even when I drink the De Leon, I'm more so a Reposado guy than the clear tequilas. You know what I'm saying? I think you more so the Añejo tequila, right? Mm-hmm. Or are you Reposado too? Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Añejo.
But you know what I'm saying? We had the Blanco, man, and that Blanco just hit me right. And it was like, I can live there. I can live there if done right. And I think it's just that Clase just did it so right that made me feel like I can live there.
Well, from what I've heard from more of the snobs and stuff like that, I think that that's like a really pure form when you do it, the clear one, the Blancos and stuff like that, even though people tend to not go there. You know what I'm saying? That's not people's go-to spot when they get tequila, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those ones, from what I understand, that if done right, it can be done. It's great, but a lot of people don't tend not to go there just because, it's...
Well, I think that depends on where you are with tequila. Coming up, the most tequila I've seen that people have tried, or even when they say, "Oh, tequila, I can't do," is usually the clear tequila. Like when it's Patron, it's usually clear. When it's 1800, it's usually clear. When I see people who have it or who are taking shots of it or whatever, it's usually clear. So just coming off of that mindset, that's usually the go-to in I guess the less indulged crowd of tequila.
Yeah,
like I guess more casual drinkers
would drink that clear look tequila. At it judgy. Yeah, I think the snobs judge it because of that same reason.
Probably so. Yeah. Like, ooh, you got clear tequila?
Yeah.
Turn my nose up at that.
Yeah. Hey man, you'll get there, man. I'm sure there's something out there for you. But I don't think you're gonna find it in a celebrity brand, though. But going back to that conversation with the celebrities, this is all Puffy's fault. You know what I'm saying? First of all, because Puffy went out and it's definitely his, man. He went out and found a $10 bottle of liquor that he really loved and then put his name on it and turned it to a $30 bottle of liquor, and people lost their mind. True. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? And I'm gonna be honest, and not to take a shot at Ciroc, so please, y'all. Hey, Ciroc, y'all want to send us endorsements, we cool with it. But I have to go here. My first time drinking Ciroc, I'm like, this is not that great. It's not that great. I think the first one I had was the red berry, so don't judge me. But I didn't necessarily like. For one, I'm not a big vodka guy. But my first go with Ciroc, it wasn't it for me. It wasn't it. Now I do love the brandy Ciroc. I will grab the brandy. If I see it, I usually do grab it. So that is the one Ciroc that I am, on board with. So they have done that one right. I haven't tried the cognac one yet, but definitely the brandy Ciroc, it's a go for me. But like you were saying, like you blame Diddy.
I blame him. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't his fault. He did what was natural for him. That's why he's got the success he has. Everybody else jumped on the bandwagon, and that's why you tend to not see a lot of them have the same level of success with it. You know what I mean? Because everybody said, I need that Ciroc moment. When he wasn't looking for the Ciroc moment, he just rocked with him. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a shot.
And now everybody's looking for a Ciroc moment. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to find a Ciroc moment. So people ain't going out with passion. Like, I already know. Like, if I get to the point where I'm about to put this Hoff on the map. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to go get with them. And we're going to take St. Aubin Hoff to the next level. But I am a lover of it. I have a passion for that. You know what I'm saying? So if I do it and ain't trying to chase a Ciroc moment, that's my brand, and they need some light on them.
If any celebrity wants to put their name on something, fall in love with it, man. Make sure there's a reason. And I think Bumbu might be one of those. Bumbu might be one of those because it's really good. I do love some Bumbu. And
I think
anybody I've had try it, they loved it. Bel Air too. I love Bel Air.
I think Ross.
Bel Air might be my go-to.
I think Ross only partner with people he loves.
He loves, right? I think his approach is just like how he approaches music. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna make sure that there's quality in what it is that he's doing, just like how he picks his beats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can trust, and I've learned to trust Ross when it comes to, what he puts his stamp on as far as, drinks. But when it comes to celebrities, you can't trust celebrities all the way, man. And I've seen Kevin Hart big this tequila up so huge. Everywhere he's at, he's pushing it, making people drink it and try it. And it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And I guess if you have a certain level, and maybe I've been spoiled now. Maybe if I was on 1800 and I was comparing this right next to 1800, because it is in that. Well, actually, it's a lot more than 1800. I think it was probably priced up maybe $30 over 1800. But I would grab 1800 before I grab this. I would grab 1800 before I grab this. Unfortunately.
Not enough separation between the two.
It doesn't seem. Yeah, I think that's it. Not saying it's not a decent tequila, but like you said, not enough separation. Like if I'm going to have a $30 difference, I need to see a bigger shift. Like this Avion right here, right? This was priced maybe $10 under the Gran Camino, but I can taste the difference between this and an 1800. I would grab the Avion over the 1800. But would I grab 1800 over the Gran Camino? Maybe now if the Gran Camino was priced down maybe $10-$15, we in the money. But for a $60 bottle, I can't see it.
You know what I think it is though? I think it's the exact same scenario as Ciroc too. I think when you go to the liquor store, there's a lot of alcohol companies out there, a lot of brands, a lot of them ain't never gonna get no shine. And I think these celebrities are just looking to partner with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they just like, which one of these bottom shelves is the best tasting one that we can take to the middle shelf? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's they're making business
or go to the mid shelf and say right. And even saying, hey, look at something on the mid shelf. How can we take this to right under that top shelf? Like if you got 5 levels of shelf and your bottle's on number 3, I might not be able to get this to number 5, but I can get it to 4. Just by my name. Just by name. So just off of that, I'm thinking this might be a 1800 shelf level. Yeah. Shelf number 3.
And see, that's
shelf number 3.
I'm of the mindset, like, and I know it's probably really hard to get in with some of these companies that's on shelf 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably really like don't want to partner with no celebrities more than likely, you know, and I would understand them not because, you know, they build a reputation and they take their business serious. If you own shelf 4 and 5, you got some integrity to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just shipping products out. Class A ain't just shipping products out. You know what I'm saying? They serious about their tequila. So they not going to just partner with nobody. You're not going to be able to just buy your way into their company and destroy the infrastructure. So I get that. But in the same sense, though, you got to just keep hunting. There's no way I can go drink some Class A and then go drink some 1800 and then say I'm about to go put my name on this 1800. You just can't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Can't do it. You know what? And that makes sense now. Like I used to judge hearing that story about Hove and the Cristal. Yeah. You know, Cristal didn't want Jay-Z to endorse it and put his name on it. Cristal's the top shelf. That's shelf number 5, if not higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by shelf 5, I'm talking about shelf 5 and where you can go grab it. You know what I mean? Not the back shelf behind the, you know what I'm saying? Like behind the counter where this is exclusive, or in the case. We're not talking about case level. And I think that's where we found Class A. I don't know where other liquor stores keep their Class A, but we found the Class A at the liquor store by your crib, behind the counter on the top shelf.
Yeah, at the top.
So maybe there's different levels of top shelf. You know what I'm saying? Not public consumption top shelf.
Yeah. At my other spot that I went to go get my cigars from, they had it locked. It was like locked away. Like you could see it in the glass, but you gotta have a key to come unlock it. You know what I'm saying? To come get to the class.
Hey man,
you know.
I think I might be a case guy. I might be a case guy. If I get something to drink from now on, I gotta up my coins. But I think I'm officially a case guy. If it ain't coming out the case, I don't want it.
See, you get to the point
I need
now,
that Richard from the case.
You drinking for a different purpose now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't drinking to go get drunk and go to the club no more. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is, let me go grab something off the shelf that's going to taste decent, and I'm going to mix it with a bunch of other stuff, and then so I can manage it and get drunk quick. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? Now it's like,
because coming up,
I want to sip some nice relaxing tequila now. Like, it's different.
Yeah, the reason why you're consuming is a lot different. From especially back in the day, my first couple of years in the military, we grabbed the things off the bottom shelf at the Class 6. You know what I'm saying? Give me that military special. Give me anything on the bottom, whatever that Palmer song, the E and J, whatever is at the bottom. Hey, we just gonna go ahead and get drunk. We good. We moving. Now I'm like, I started with the mid shelf because I'm not mixing as much, or if I do mix, I'm mixing with something light, like some ginger ale. So I got comfortable with that mid shelf, that 3 and 4. Not so much the 4, but definitely the 3. The 3, I would go straight to that mid, right in the middle.
Yeah.
all right, we good. I'm going to have a good drink, good quality, no hangover, but I'm still going to mix it with something. Now I'm at a point I don't want to mix my drinks as much. You know what I'm saying? I still do the ginger ale, and I'll still like do some little special, some lime juice or whatever, depending on what it is. But I'm at the point, man, like that Class A changed. I think it's changed me forever. It's changed me forever. Like I want to be able to have a drink it neat, not even with ice, not even on rocks.
No
drink it neat,
nothing,
and just really enjoy it. Be able to drink like we had that Class A, and we drank it warm. You know what I'm saying? And it was
warm,
great.
and enjoyed the taste of it. Enjoyed it for the actual complexities in the taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different world. But it's a natural progression for you and I because we do that with our tobacco leaves. Whereas a lot of other people, use their tobacco leaves to get a nicotine, get over stress nicotine or to get high. We don't do that.
Yeah. we do it for the enjoyment. And I think my alcohol consumption is starting to match that. Like just how we smoke cigars, we smoke it for the enjoyment. We say, hey, I'm going to go enjoy a cigar. Now I'm to the point to where I want to enjoy a glass. I want to enjoy it, And I think that's where I'm at. And man, I did trust a celebrity brand, and I don't feel bad for it because we all get sucked into it. That's the point of advertisement. That's the point of endorsements.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for, right? That's what it's there for. You see something like, oh, let me try that. And I did get suckered in. And you kind of did express your displeasure when I sent you the picture of it yesterday. Like, all right, man, I think I'm going to grab this drink for me, no. When I say, hey, what's the tequila for the week, man? What we doing? Because I think I'm actually right now, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start grabbing a bottle of tequila a week and just trying different ones, man, until at least I find a good middle ground, or I definitively decide Class A level, Don Julio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 1942 is got to be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting there, but I'm still holding out a little bit of hope that somebody can win me in that mid shelf range. I mean, mid to high shelf range.
It's gonna be. You're gonna have to find some real mom and pop underground something on that level 4. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna get lucky, but I told you Mahente. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think that's shelf 4. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think it's gonna take care of you. The Fortaleza, that's more on that shelf 5, $150 price range. You know what I mean? Like, but
I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's you might be at the point where you just gonna have to go shelf 5, and let that be your alcohol for the month, or whatever often you drinking. Maybe 2 months
for 3 months.
But you can if you're drinking it the way that you drink. If you're drinking it with the same way that you're smoking your cigars, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? It will last.
It should last.
Yeah.
And we talked about this with the Class A. It's like, okay, if you're going to spend 130, 140, 120 on a bottle versus you think about the last 2 bottles, $60, about $48. I spent in the last 2 pickups $100 plus. So if I would have just held out and I got those.
What was the frame? What was the time frame between them 2?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. I didn't buy one last weekend, but I bought one that we sold about. Actually, no, it's 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
So in a month's time, you spent at least about $110. You could have just added another dub on it and got you something that you really would have got you right.
Yeah.
Let that last for. Look at it this way: $50 a month is $150, and if you make it last for 3 months, you know what I'm saying? That's not drinking every day anyway. You ain't gonna drink every day. You ain't one of them type drinkers. So you'll be good. That'll make it all worth it.
I think that's where we're at, man.
And now that I said that to you, that makes sense for me too. Like
Hey man, case level.
So today's lesson is
something in the case.
Stop trusting these celebrity cosigns, man, because it's all bottom shelf stuff that they it's brought up because they put their name on it. Skipped a couple shelves just off the endorsement. That's what it come down to. They just bottom shelf stuff.
Frank Cormino, Kevin,
get their name behind, man.
Kevin.
Yep.
It's decent tequila though.
And now
don't let me deter
those
anybody who
alcohols get to be on shelf 3.
That's how they get there, man. But hey, look, if you're looking for that Gran Camino, it's not bad. It's just it's 1800 with a little bit on top of it.
Nah, it's not bad. You're just in a different place in life. It's the same conversation that you would have, that you would have about somebody in like a Maxima. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like this,
Maximas
right?
are nice.
You know, Maximas are nice, but you just ain't interested in one no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like that. Like,
yeah. You're right.
No disrespect to anybody in a Maxima, but it's just an example. I thought it was nice enough to use. It make my point.
No, it is, because Maximas are nice. Maximas are nice.
Lower if I was trying to disrespect.
Nice. It's just not, like you said, not for me. That's not Centrum.
Or if I was trying to be disrespectful, I would have said Lexus. I'd have been like, yeah, it's like a Lexus, you know. They cool, but you just that would have been disrespectful because they supposed to be upper tier for me to just throw them down in the bottom.
I say Lexus is top. Lexus is top level, top shelf. That shouldn't be on the top shelf.
Get into these reviews,
it's
brother?
One of those ones that you grab on the top shelf. Like, this ain't top shelf though. But you're absolutely right, man. Like when I look for a car, like even when I was on Carvana. Like I'm blowing through certain things. Like, now this, like click. This is what I'm looking for. I'm in this bracket right here, and that's it.
D, I lost you.
Did I lose him?